Alright, I'm back and making another video about my Forest River Salem 26D bud. Hopefully, this may be a weird video, but you know. There it is, 26D bud. So Forest River. This 2023 model, and I'm out here today because I'm aggravated once again with this stupid thing. So, you know, I keep going over things and I keep telling people things, and I recently argued. So the manufacturer, all manufacturers, right now I'm going to pick on every RV manufacturer in the United States of America, and probably the world. Not only them, I'm going to pick on every single trailer manufacturer everywhere. One of the major things that they do that's a life safety issue, it is a life safety issue. These units legally should not be leaving any dealership this way, because your life is in danger when you leave the dealerships with these travel trailers, fifth wheels, any trailer period. If it's a garden trailer, if you're going to drive this thing or pull this thing on the road anywhere, you're going to run into this problem. And I'm telling you because the manufacturer, Forest River, when I spoke to them, somebody there, they said, oh, you don't have to worry about this. The dealership, when I went to, Forest River, I talked to them. What I'm getting at is your wheels. The wheels on your RV, your travel trailer, or any trailer period are not balanced. The problem with that is it's a life safety issue. It creates tons of issues, tons of problems, tons of damage, tons of unwanted problems that you don't want. And it also comes up with life safety issue because your life is in danger by pulling a trailer. And everybody around you's life is in danger, because I'm going to explain that to you here in a minute. So the Forest River states that in all trailer manufacturers, RV manufacturers, say that a trailer does not need the wheels balanced. That's what they say. I'm here to tell you different. It's a life safety issue. Because I'm going to show you my wheels right now on my travel trailer. This is an unbalanced wheel. Okay? I have to crawl up underneath here. You look back here. There's no wheel weights on that at all. Here's my other one that I just got balanced today, and this isn't the fun part. So there, that's balanced to be able to balance it out. They did it a few times to try to get it balanced, but so they had to put the weights on. And look at all the weight back here. That right there creates these wheels not being balanced. It causes it to shake, shimmy, wobble. It does all kinds of sort of weird, funny, funky stuff. If you take your car, it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's a law that they have to balance the wheels on a vehicle. I could be wrong on that, because you could not buy and will not buy a car from a dealership. Maybe Ford, maybe that's your problem. You're not balancing the wheels. That's why you got that wobble in the front end of all your trucks. I'm not here to pick on you. I'm just saying something's wrong. But anyways, when you have an unbalanced wheel, it wobbles, it shakes, it vibrates, and it does all kinds of things. It will cause your trailer to sway, bounce, and do all kinds of crap. Meanwhile, you sit and you spend thousands of dollars trying to buy the right trailer hitch to keep your trailer from bouncing and moving and all this other stuff. Well, I learned with one of my other trailers, not this one that I'm currently working on because we're stuck in Michigan, broke down in Michigan, and waiting to see how I can fix this stupid thing. But anyways, when another trailer I had, I took that and it was doing the same thing, bouncing, swaying. I balanced the wheels on it. Oh my God, it was like you couldn't even tell it was back there. You couldn't even tell it was back there after I did that. Before I balanced the wheels, the thing was shaking and swaying all over the road, had all kinds of problems, and it would bounce. It stopped bouncing and it stopped doing all this stuff. Well, So I had one wheel balanced on here. I don't know if I have one wheel. One of my tires is now no longer good. I'm going to go around the other side real quick so I can show this to you. This is my beautiful yesterday. Here's my tire. The tread, you can't really tell on here. The tire's wasted. You need to replace the tire. You can see where it's all screwed up. Well, because it's not balanced, this is the result of a unbalanced wheel. This is what happens. This wheel fell off on us yesterday because when you're driving down the street, here's the cool part about it. So this is what I'm going to explain to you. The reason they tell you don't have to balance your wheels is because you don't feel the vibration and the shake and the shimmy and all that stuff inside your truck, okay? When you're pulling a trailer. If it's a travel trailer, fifth wheel, any type of trailer, the wheels are not balanced because you don't feel the vibration from inside the vehicle. You don't feel the shake, you don't feel the shimmy, you don't feel all that stuff. But surely to goodness, this is what's going on. This is what happens. So this is the result. Spindle, of course, this spindle is wasted. This piece here is stuck on there. I believe the spindle is actually bent because of the situation. Yesterday, as we're driving down the road, I looked in my mirror and I happened to see smoke. So I was like, what the heck? So of course I immediately pull over, and when I pull over, this is the result. You look inside there, it's completely destroyed. The bearing, this is it. There was no bearings left. So when the funny part was when I jacked up the vehicle, the wheel fell off. So we're, like I said, currently broke down in a parking lot, which is wonderful. I have to say I've been nothing but disappointed about RVing. Since I got into the business, it has been an absolute nightmare. And everything goes wrong with these things. There's so many problems all the time. And Forest River refused to fix this one. They refused on my slide out. They refused to fix the slide out. The reason they refused to fix the slide out is because the cost, the dealership told me that the repair was too significant. So I looked up the cost and the repair because the dealership wouldn't tell me. Because they have to remove the slide out, has to come out, and they had to recut the hole, which they never did. So as a result, every time we take our slide out in and out, our roof rips. How wonderful is that? And there's so much garbage. I can't get the garbage out of the track, so it actually won't set down all the way. It's all gimped up. We have in order to put the slide out in and out, it takes two people. I have to actually guide it in a certain way to help it. I have to pull down on it, which you're not supposed to do that, or have to do that, in order to keep it from ripping the roof constantly. They've already replaced the roof once. And the first time we brought the slide in and out, after we picked it up from the dealership, it ripped. So it tore it up because the hole's too small. So Forest River refused to fix that. They refused to. I lost panels on the bottom. They refused we lost 5. They would only send 2, so they had to Mickey Mouse everything together for me underneath there, which was so nice of them. It doesn't look horrible, but the point is we lost 5 panels and they would only replace 2, give them 2. They didn't want to pay the labor. They refused to. They did fix the roof, but they refused to fix the slide out. They tried to adjust it, and I tried to explain to them it wasn't an adjustment. And then they realized, and they told me it was not an adjustment because it was not cut right. There was something tearing it up. which, hello. So I'm so aggravated because these manufacturers don't give a crap about anybody's life. They don't give a crap that you just spent the money on doing it, on these things. And then the dealership, General RV, they're in Dover, Florida, which is Tampa basically. They told me, well, you shouldn't be using your RV for more than 2-3 weeks out of the year. What's the purpose of even buying one? I'll go get a freaking hotel if I'm going to spend. Why waste $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on a travel trailer, $100,000 on these, if you're just to be able to spend 2 or 3 weeks a year out of it? That's stupid. Maybe if you're stupid rich and you got all the money in the world, that I don't. So this is ridiculous. I'm aggravated because we're sitting here in Michigan stuck. Now my wife wants to cut the thing short, our trip short, because of this aggravation. She's worried about something else breaking, and I completely understand. It's a death trap because of all the ignorance. These manufacturers cannot build an RV to save their lives, and then they refuse to fix it, and they refuse to do anything about it. They don't give a crap about your life. All they care about is the money in their pocket. You know, didn't Bill Gates just buy into one of these companies, Forest River and all that stuff, Thor, whatever it is? So he doesn't give a crap about anything except making more millions of dollars. That's all they give a crap about. There is nothing on RVs. When they leave, there is no inspections. There's nothing that they do on these things. They just slap them together in a factory with a bunch of crackheads. Yes, I said it. These manufacturers in Elkhart, Indiana, I know this because I know the police officers that go to the manufacturing facilities there in Elkhart to make arrests. That's where they're looking for their local crackheads because they hire day labor to build your RV. Sorry, but that's the truth. They have a bunch of day labor. Instead of just paying people and people that knows what they're doing daily, they have to just, you're throwing axles on this today. Who cares if you bolt it in or not? I'm saying that because there was just a recall 2 years ago on one of the several travel trailers. They never bolted the axles in. They were there, but they weren't bolted in correctly, so they recalled it. So I think every travel trailer, fifth wheel, and trailer ever built, at least for the last 10 to 15 years, should be recalled for a life safety issue because your life is in danger by pulling it down the road. Everybody's life around you, it will cause it to sway, bounce, vibrate, and you will lose a wheel. You know, it is amazing because they do not care. They don't care. If they, and like I said, not balancing your wheels, you have to balance the wheel in your car because if you don't balance the wheels, if you go outside to your car right now, car, truck, whatever the heck you drive, motorcycle, I don't care what it is, pull the wheel weights off of it. Go jump on the freeway, see how you like it. Some, you won't be able to go over 30 miles an hour. It'll shake so bad because the wheels are out of balance. Some might just have a small vibration, but it will make a huge difference. And I can tell you for a fact, this is fact. An unbalanced wheel will destroy the bearings, will destroy all kinds of stuff. Had a friend of mine had a van. His rear wheels were not balanced properly. They figured that was the problem because after the vibration destroyed the rear end, had to replace the drive shaft and the transmission in the van. They went to rebalance the rear wheels that he just had balanced, and they said these are all screwed up, of course, and that's the damage it done to the van. So, but the thing is, he did feel it. He did keep driving on it. But the thing is, when you have a travel trailer like this and you're driving down the road, you don't feel the vibration. You don't feel the bounce. You don't feel it sway. You do feel the sway, but you don't feel it all because you're in the truck up ahead. Meanwhile, your travel trailer's behind you taking an absolute beating because of that. On top of that, after looking at this, there's a controversy. This thing it's 10,000 pounds gross vehicle weight. The 10,000 pounds gross vehicle weight, it's got two 4,400 pound axles in it. So that means it's got an 8,800 pound weight ratio with the trailer. Then they say, well, you have to subtract the tongue weight. Do you? I think it's a bunch of BS. If it's a 10,000 pound trailer, then it should have two 5,000 pound axles minimum. That's what it should have underneath of it. Tongue weight, you're not taking the tongue weight, should not be there. You're going to tell me, no, that doesn't work that way. And I called Forest River because I was concerned about my rear axles, and my springs are flat, which are not supposed to be flat. They're supposed to have an arch in them. Mine do not. They're flat. So they were like that when we bought the RV, when it was empty, and then with stuff in it, it doesn't matter. It still is the same. So now that we're stuck here in Michigan, it's not that's a horrible place, but we're waiting. I can't. It's a Sunday, so I can't do anything until tomorrow, Monday, to see if I'm able to get parts for my travel trailer. See, I'm probably going to have, the axle's probably going to have to be replaced. And then the fun part is, I did speak to somebody today, and they said, good luck trying to find another one. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful to hear good luck trying to find another one? So I'm completely aggravated. I'm just to the point where I'm not sitting down. I'm not taking this lightly, because these wheels should be balanced. This would have never happened if the wheels were balanced correctly and balanced. I asked the dealership to balance the wheels. They wouldn't do it for me. They said, no, there's no reason to do that. Well, I'm here to tell you that's a lie. It is imperative that you balance the wheels on your vehicle. If it's a car, truck, van, motorcycle, I don't care what it is. If you're driving on it or you're pulling it, the wheels need to be balanced. So granted, if you have aluminum wheels, they're usually better. They're not as far out of balance as a steel wheel. Stamped steel wheels are usually really messed up, and they need to be balanced. Not only that, as well as the tires. Tires aren't perfectly balanced and matched. They're not. They make them, and the tire itself is out of balance. So when you mix an out of balance tire with an out of balanced wheel, it is danger. It is complete danger. So here we are, sitting in a parking lot in Michigan. Luckily enough for us, here in Holland, the store where we're at has been gracious enough to be okay with us being in their parking lot for the next couple days. Thank you so much for that. The sheriff's department has been nothing but nice with that, as well as I only spoke to one guy. He was real nice, and he was saying don't worry about anything. He said just be comfortable. So that's the thing, when you break down in places where you don't have the means, you don't know anybody, you're not familiar with the area, not to mention you don't want to be, what if you don't have the money to do this stuff? It's like I guess apparently they think that everybody buys an RV is rich, and apparently you have to be rich in order to have one, because that's about the only way you can maintain all the problems that go wrong with them. I'm telling you, they are nightmares. This thing, it's a 2023, and here it is, 2024. Technically, I think that's considered to be 2 years old right now, and there's so many things wrong with this thing. It's unbelievable. I've had to have stupid things replaced, things falling off. It's remarkable. It's just unbelievable, I should say. Unbelievable because of the situation. And it's very aggravating. Very, very aggravating. Because we're not comfortable. We are, because we can't put our slide out comfortably, because it doesn't go out all the way out, and it doesn't come all the way in, which is beautiful. And then when it does come in, you have to put it in a certain way because it rips the roof. Meanwhile, it's back here. It pulls like crap. This is one of the worst trailers I've ever pulled, ever. And like I said, I've had people come to me and I tell them, balance the wheels, balance the wheels. I'm aggravated. And one of the reasons I'm aggravated because, Forest River is saying, oh, you don't have to balance the wheels. And then General RV is saying, oh, you don't have to balance the wheels. And then I went to 3 different shops. And 3 different shops, I had to argue with them. They refused to balance the wheels on my trailer. However, Holland Walmart, they didn't bat an eye. He goes, they're not balanced? And I said, no. He goes, well, they should be balanced. I said, exactly. So, it's like when you have to argue with people about wheels being balanced, 3 different shops, I had to argue with some morons about my wheels. Oh, it's on a trailer, man. You don't have to balance those. That's exactly what I hear coming out of your mouth. So that's exactly what I hear from the manufacturer. It's like you're all sitting there smoking crack, collecting millions of dollars while people are dying on the road because of your stupid ignorance. That's right. That's exactly right. I hope this video gets 1 billion views because it needs 1 billion views, and people need to know about this stuff. Balance your wheels. Does not matter what is on. It is a life safety issue. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.